Welcome into Taylor Kitchen. Today we're making sourdough crackers. Everybody wants to have homemade crackers and they're so easy. And this recipe is probably the easiest of the easy. And this is my sourdough starter. I use the scrape down method, so that doesn't require a ton of attention. I scrape this down and I add to it and use part of it probably every 2 weeks. As long as I'm using a bit of it every 2 weeks and adding to the starter, putting it back in the fridge, it's perfectly fine and my oven is ready. So you can see the scrape down method is my favorite. It doesn't require as much attention as the kind you keep on the counter and you're like constantly feeding it every single day. I don't need to do that. So I'm going to use a bit of it now. I need 135 grams and I have a food scale here that just turned off on me. So I'm going to zero this out. I have a tablespoon of melted butter, but I wanted to make sure that the butter is not hot because I don't want it to start killing my starter. I want it to be very gentle. So I'm going to add about 135 grams of my starter. Here we go. Okay, well, it's given me, I think my food scale is about to go. I've had this for a very long time and it's given me an error message even though I just put new batteries in it. So we're gonna have to guess that this was 135 grams. And then you just need to mix it up really, really well. And I'm gonna use a mini whisk like this. And that's all there is to this. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt as well because crackers do need some salt. And that's it, just start whisking away with this until you feel like it's pretty well incorporated. Before I add my starter back to my fridge, I'm going to add 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour, give it a good mix about, and then I'm going to put it back in the fridge and it'll be good for another 2 weeks before I need to actually use it, but I'll probably make something with it in the next few days because it's so fun. Okay, if you can see here, this looks to be pretty well incorporated. And I'm going to put it out on a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to use this rubber spatula to assist. So here is the most difficult part of making these crackers. It's not difficult, but you want to get this spread out as thinly as you can. I want it to cover this parchment sheet almost all the way. I want it to be even, and because it's a really good starter and it's a live, active culture, it wants to spring back. So you'll spread it out and it'll want to spring back. That's fine. Just take your time, be consistent. And I don't want some parts to be thicker than other parts because I do want my crackers to be pretty even. And it's difficult to actually achieve that. And it'll be fine because that's what makes it so beautiful and homemade, is they look really rustic looking and you can tell they're homemade unless you can do a much better job than I can, which I'm sure you can. If I can do it, anybody can do it because, you know, I'm the queen of it must be simple, or I don't even want to attempt to do it. So I always wanted to make my own crackers and I've tried different recipes. And this was the recipe that I had success with without a lot of effort. And I find it easier to do on the parchment on a flat surface and then transfer it to your baking sheet because I can hold the corners of the parchment down much easier while I keep spreading all this all around. Cool, cool, cool. So here's my baking sheet and I'm just going to slide this. Let's see if I do it this way, maybe you can see. There we go. Now I do want some flavor in these crackers, not just plain. I want rosemary because you can use anything in this. I've used Roselle Hanout, I've used za'atar, I've used oregano, I've used rosemary, I've used red pepper flakes. You could put some Parmesan cheese towards the end if you wanted to. But I'm going to give this rosemary a rough chop. All right, now I just need to sprinkle that all over these crackers. Wow, I love the smell of rosemary. Okay, now these are going to go into the oven at 325 for 10 minutes, and then we're going to pull them out and score them because if you don't score them before they're fully baked, it's just going to be one big piece that you will break into pieces. But if you score it first, you can have a better chance of getting even-sized crackers. So 10 minutes it goes. Hey there, if you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications to our YouTube channel. Click that bell icon below to make sure you get all the latest from us, and leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel, and we will see you in the next video. Also, check out tkfoodie.com. You never know what you might be missing. There are my crackers with just 10 minutes under their belt, and the smell of rosemary is wafting through the kitchen. It smells absolutely divine. And all I'm gonna do, this is a pastry cutter. It has this fluted kind of ruffled edge. You can use anything you want. You can use a regular knife, but this makes it so fun and so easy to get the size of crackers that you want. I'm just going to, let's see, I'm awful at eyeballing. So I've scored them, which means they're gonna be so much easier to break apart once they're all cooked. Now this goes back into that 325 oven for another 40 to 50 minutes, depending on how thin you got this batter to the perfect crisp cracker. You don't want them doughy, you want them nice and crisp. So back into the oven they go. See you in 40 to 50 minutes. Our crackers are out of the oven. They're smelling so good. Rich, buttery sourdough crackers. And I let them cool just slightly so that I could handle them. And you see, because I scored them, how easily now that they break apart. And listen, they have so much crunch. They're so delicious. You can see, because I used rosemary in this one, just the beautiful flecks of green that rosemary lent to this cracker. And I'm going to have one with a little bit of goat cheese. And these will keep in your pantry. You can put them in a resealable bag or in an airtight container. They'll keep in your pantry for a couple of weeks. Not that they'll last that long. They're so good. So good. Yummy, yummy. You saw how easy these were. Check out the recipe on tkfoodie.com.